James, a 2-2 draw tonight with Spennymoor Town. A late fight back to get us the point, and it extends our unbeaten run to 8 games. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, you can see from the results around the league, it's never straightforward. You have to be on your mettle every game, or you've become unstuck. And was particularly disappointed with being 2-0 down in that game, really, because for 30 minutes good, 15 even, 15 after half time even, but we found ourselves 2-0 down in that even spell after half time. We know where obviously the issue is in terms of we haven't got a striker on the pitch with 20 to go, and you fear the worst, but tactically we got it right, spot on, and we managed to overload for both goals. The second one came from a penalty, but it comes from an overload, exploiting those overloads. So pleasing with the comeback, shows good togetherness. 2 home games you ideally want to get 6, but 4 obviously keeps up that 2 points a game and puts you right in the mix still.
Like I said, obviously 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go. A lot of people would have been resigned to us getting the defeat, but obviously, like you say, despite having no strike on the pitch, at least managed to get those 2 late goals, and it really shows the resilience in the side and the mettle that we were able to come from 2-0 down late on.
Yeah, definitely. I think that if you add their 9 to our team, their number 9, I thought was very good in the second half. Held it up, linked it, looked dangerous. They got off him. We have to go forward in only one way, really. We can only really play through or hit the wing backs to be able to get on flick-ons. We can't really link it down the centre of the pitch if we go over the block. That causes problems at home when they block it off with extra midfielders. They had 3 in there today. Not so deep as Bradford, but the 3 were still in there and blocking a lot of passing lanes. So it does become complicated, but we switched it around when it got a bit stale, and with 20 to go, we've earned the draw, and really we shouldn't lose the game. If you lose that 2-1, you still look at the context of the 90 minutes, and a point's the minimum we should get.
Looking across the rest of the division, only one of the sides in the top 7 won tonight. Is that a case of damage limitation in terms of our result, getting the point there and making sure that we didn't lose any ground despite other teams dropping points?
I don't really, it's not about looking at what others are doing, really. We're focusing on ourselves at this stage of the season. We're only a quarter of the way through. Perhaps if we're in the last quarter, you might have one eye on other results, but certainly not at this stage. So focus on ourselves, lots of positives. The crowd as well, the supporters stuck with us. So it was really, really pleasing to hear. They didn't leave the stadium, and they got rewarded, and we got out of a little bit of a tricky situation.
We were mentioning early on that we got the 2 goals late on despite not having a striker. Obviously, a few of them are out at the moment, the likes of Danny Rowe and Joe Rowley and Joe Pickett and Mark Cullen. How far away are those lads from potentially being involved in the matchday squad?
Danny and Joe got a chance for Saturday. Obviously, Mark's long term, he's looking at the end of the season. If we can get him back for a month, we'll be pleased with that. And Joe's obviously had a setback, so we're not sure on that one at the moment, so definitely not imminent, that one. So hopefully Joe and Danny come back into the squad for Saturday. That gives us a little bit more of an outlet to go over into in terms of Danny, because his link play is excellent. So yeah, but look, we don't want to keep focusing on what we haven't got. What we have got is important to remember that today, and the team spirit, the togetherness is what we've been trying to work on since we came back in June, and we found that fighting spirit. If I look at other games when I first come in, when we went behind, perhaps the team went the other way. So it's pleasing to see that swing, that we didn't give in. And I want the team to go till the end no matter what, and they certainly did that. And look, if there was a little bit more of free play in that last 5 minutes, because it was just chaos. Didn't know how many minutes had been played, actually football in that last 5 minutes. It was carnage. So I think if there was free football in that 5 minutes, or an extension of that 5 minutes to 8-9 minutes, I think we win the game.
One thing we do have on Saturday is an FA Cup game away at Congleton Town in the FA Cup, so live on the BBC. How much do you know about Congleton, and what sort of challenge do you think they provide for us?
Well, you can ask me that now, because it's the next game. So I haven't seen them, but obviously it's a cup game. Anything can happen. You've got to make sure you're on your mettle, you play to your values, and you go to the wire, which I'm sure we will, away from home, so it's their advantage. We need to start bright and make sure that as the game goes on and the pattern comes out, we exploit. And I'm confident we can do that, whoever puts on the shirt. We've mixed it up. Obviously, squad players get an opportunity in the cup game, so it will be no different on Saturday.